as you just said, what teams are going to be interested in Donovan Mitchell? What teams is Donovan Mitchell going to be interested in going to? I think there's only two right now. A surprise team could come out. The first and foremost, the most obvious is the Miami Heat. I
Mm.
think that team, I'm pretty sure Donovan Mitchell is really good friends with Bam Adebayo, if I remember right. There's also that, and then there's the fact that I think the Miami Heat have assets that the Cavaliers would look at. You've got Tyler Hero is a big one. I don't know about you, but I think he and Garland would be a good duo. I don't know what you think about that, but I could see that working.
Hmm.
Then there's well, I mean, Duncan Robinson, he's got a pretty bad contract, but the Cavaliers desperately need shooting still. So he would actually be all right. Jaquez Jr. is a third in the Rookie of the Year. Cavaliers would want him. Um, Caleb Martin is there. Not sure if
Mhm.
the Heat would trade him. And then I think they've still got 3 or 4 first round picks. There's a ton that they could do with the Heat. But before I get into my second team, I just want to know, what do you think about the Heat being a potential option? Do you like that trade that could go down?
Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. I can see it at the same time now. I don't know if I pushed the plug on it, but I do think the assets we would potentially get in return would help the Cavs right away.
Mm,
Like shooting Duncan Robinson. Now his contract is unfavorable. We would
yes.
definitely have to quickly rework that ASAP because that's just gonna bite us. That's
Yeah.
gonna bite us. But the guy, I'm not gonna botch his name, but you said it just earlier, who
Jaquez
borderline could win.
Jr.
Yes, him. Because it's crazy how the Miami Heat keep getting these type of players. He can realistically win 6 men of the year
Yeah.
too. And I've been watching him very closely too. He's a good player. Like he
Yeah.
he like if you didn't know any better, you would almost think he is a veteran NBA player in the league. Like it's so smooth, his passes are very calculated, his offense is very calculated. Um, which kind of shows you that, when he is a true veteran player,
Mm,
the sky is the limit for him. Um, the only thing, which I mean, I guess is a good problem to have if you're the Cavs, is like, what would the rotations truly look like with the players you're
yeah.
getting in return? You know what I mean? Because I feel like we are kind of having a situation where we don't know. Like if you take Don away, like it's
Mm,
great to have depth, but we truly, at least right now, if you take Don away, who is the go-to guy?
yeah.
And I feel like that's what's gonna kind of kill us from really making a stamp in the playoff. Because I mean, hey, me and you both looked at that playoff series in the when we played the Knicks and we lost.
Mm,
You know, I feel like a huge reason, well, outside of us getting punked, but a huge reason why I think the Knicks really just took the air out of us is because I feel like Don didn't decide to be the guy
number
we
one
know him to
guy.
be. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's like, and obviously that's an outlier. Don usually does not play like, or at least not like that. He played really passive for
Yeah.
Don's standard. But like you take Don away and you put, these Miami Heat guys who,
Mm,
they have promise, but none of them are truly like those go-to guys, not even on their team now,
yes. Yeah.
right? Like who's gonna be that? Because Evan Mobley, we think he can be that, but I mean, honestly, he probably got like another 2-3 more years before he's
Yeah.
like that guy. And then Darius Garland, he's a good offensive player, but he's still probably got like 2-3 years before he's like potentially that guy. You know what I mean? So
Well, I think Garland is twice the player when he's not playing with Donovan Mitchell. He is.
hmm,
I mean, we've seen it. He is literally an all-star without Donovan Mitchell there. And the way I think about this is, if you were to add Tyler Hero is not going to take away from Darius Garland's game unless Darius Garland makes him take away from his game, right? The difference with Donovan Mitchell and Darius and Tyler Hero is Donovan Mitchell wants the ball full time in his hands. He is a high scoring shooting guard shot creator. Tyler Hero is oddly enough a really good off ball player. Like we've seen that guy put up 20 points per game playing off ball to Jimmy Butler, right?
Yeah.
I don't see why he couldn't do that with Darius Garland. And I mean, do we need that number one guy? Do we need a number one guy if when Mitchell leaves, Darius Garland might be averaging 24, Tyler Hero might be averaging 22, and Mobley hopefully gets to that 20-point per game mark, right? Do we necessarily need a number one guy if we've got three dudes there potentially averaging 20 a game? And that ball movement, I just feel like that would work better, Tyler Hero and Darius Garland.
You think so? Like
I
even
do.
in like playoff setting, because I think that's kind of what I work. Like in the regular season, I feel like
it would,
you know what I mean.
but
But in the playoffs,
yeah,
is where I'm scared because I feel like now the Cavs is in a situation where we don't really have to prove anything to the fan base what we're capable of doing in the regular season. Like we know we're a good team, and even though our seeding currently doesn't show it, but I feel like we're in the tiers right now, like NBA teams, where it's like, we get, we know 90% of NBA teams can't beat us, right?
Yeah.
But in the play, like I said, in the playoff, when you're actually playing a team 7 games and you're in a 7-game series, you get the game plan. I'm scared that that's gonna bite us because I understand you do want teams with depth. But the teams that truly win those NBA championships are teams who got 1 or 2 players on the team that's going to go out there and get it. Like, case in point, even when Cleveland won their first NBA championship, we knew LeBron and Kyrie undoubtedly is going to make something happen, right?
Yeah.
Even Denver, as much depth as they had, in the fourth quarter, we knew Jokic
and
Murray was going to make something happen. And arguably, that's one of the reasons I think Miami Heat wasn't going to be able to beat Denver, is because, I mean, I feel like Jimmy Butler had too many moments in the game where he let others kind of, you know what I mean, shine. He just didn't take over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that team where, like, you do have all these guys, I think it bites you in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In the close.